Hello, welcome back. Last time I got introduced more properly to Flipside Cliffside, and turns out I'm kind of vibing with it a lot. It's real neat. And yeah, so this one's going to start with upright dash into Dream Hyper to the left into... I'm not sure what, let's figure out. Also, the music turned into Golden Ridge. So that's what's happening. A version of it at least. What is this? Ah, so upright, okay, so upright, Dream Hyper left, upright. Dream Super left, wall bounce, upright, ooh, maybe, no. Right? Can I dream through spikes? I think I don't know. Is there a place I can test that? There is. Whoops. Kinda. I cannot, okay. Wasn't quite sure. Right, you need those weird dreamy spikes to do that normally, and yeah. So, if I'm not going right, and I'm not going upright because of that electricity there, where am I going with this one? Down right? No. Right through this. Okay, so right through this. Is that a dream grab or what? Well, I'm not going all the way up there from that side. That's a downward return path. Okay, so I'd like to scroll to the right, please. Okay. I guess the death plane is down here. Nothing over down there. Fine. I think I'm doing like a... What is this? A Dream Jump Ultra sort of thing? But going where? There's nothing to the right of that. There's maybe just barely enough to wall bounce on this to get there and climb? I guess that's what it's asking. Okay, so corner kick to that. Another one of those uncomfortable climb transfers to this. Jump over there, corner kick up to there, climb up to that, have enough stamina to jump over a 4-wide thingy, that's fine. Then we flip. After flip... put my feet on what's now ground there. And do what with it? I don't know. Somehow, at some point I'm going over here. How? Did I make something fall? No. I don't know how I'm getting to this part of the thing. Once I do, though, that's like an air super and so nothing down here. Am I supposed to have another another one of these? On the flip side, do I like make a journey in here and collect that and come back or something? Like, what does it do with big foreground elements? I don't remember exactly. Okay, well, let's just focus on getting to this switcher. And did I see a way to doing everything? Maybe? You're putting me here, which means you're expecting that to be the start? I guess that's fine. So I need a shorter Dream Hyper. Oops. That's actually okay. I don't even need to extend that thing. I'm going upright with this thing. Okay, this all happens a lot faster than I was imagining. Okay, just remember how to Dream Hyper. I know how to do it, it's just It's just kind of hard sometimes. Especially at this angle. So I'm usually overshooting that, so I'm holding the jump button for too long, I guess. But it does have to be a hyper, doesn't it? Because, like, super's not gonna do, just a regular one. Okay, so I need to be ready for the upright. Okay. That. Then a super to the left, I think. Okay. Oops, too late. I forgot which direction I was going. I was thinking about it, but I didn't do it in time. Okay, that was all perfect except for the very late on the dash for the wall bounce. Oops, wrong way. I keep thinking I want a wall bounce there. Like, it looks like a wall bounce situation. I have to remember I have a rainbow trail. Yeah, too late again. Alright, so a little earlier. Ha! Okay, so I'm going this way, and then... Okay, yeah, I could probably wall bounce on that. Just gotta do it better. Oops, wrong way. Again. It's confusing. Yep. No, that was a hyper. I need super. Whoa! I kind of just want a regular hyper here, because I want to be sure I'm not dashing before I collect that. But that extended somehow? Do I know what my fingers are doing? No! And also, attempting to extend, at least, is kind of automatic at this point. I sure am not enjoying, like, landing on that little tiny block. Just both directions of error are entirely too likely. I think I can make some adjustments to make things work a little better. Ha! The main adjustment being, be sure that I'm holding down left the moment that I enter the wall. Didn't help there. Durr. I need to find a rhythm that works for me, and I have not yet. Ah. Nope. Yeah, too low again. What do I do about that? I don't know. Urgh. Ha! Nope. Too late. Early. Late. Yes. One or the other. It can't be both. No, too late. Okay, so I'm just always too late on that. I'm getting the dream hyper now, but I'm just not landing on the platform. Okay, that time I didn't. There we go. Okay, here. And then what? I guess I need to hold left. And maybe wall bounce a little late. Well, that was about as late as I could have done it, wasn't it? Oops. Ah. Oops, way too far. Okay, yeah, so I need to do that a little later, actually. All the timings. Ah. There we go. Oops, okay, I got all confused. I was trying to do a dream hyper there. That's not a place for one of those. Dang it! Why am I calibrated just so late on that jump? I think I'm looking at, like, the wrong part of the screen. I can use the lightning below me as a reference point, because that's lined up the same way. Ha! There we go. Alright, I'm here. Now, remember how to do this. I need a little more stamina than that. Okay. But, I mean, if I do it again, I'll probably just be more efficient and be fine, because I'll remember what I'm actually doing. Too high. Yeah, having to do a really short hop at the end of a Dream Hyper turns out something that I find very difficult. Arrgh! This one I have no explanation for, like I have all the reference points in the world for lining that up. Ah, it's too low. That one is just on the border if possible. One more— whoa! Okay. One more tile and it would not work. Oops. Okay, that time I managed to be too early. That's possible, just not probable. Here we go, getting in the rhythm. There we go. So yeah, I gotta be kinda quick about this. Kinda. Not sure why that failed, but I almost managed it. Whoa! All of that almost worked, except my wall bounce was too late. Okay, so now that I'm more or less in this area, after I touch that— no, I just don't know. I have to touch— oh, it gives me a rainbow that I did not notice it had given me. What do I think I'm doing with that? I'll be on the flip side of the cliffside. But like, this little thing down here is the only bit of flipside land I can see to stand on. I don't know what it means to go behind any of that. I'm assuming it's not too productive because there's like no background over here. And I can't get inside this because it's all spiked up. What does that mean for the background though? Like, are the spikes foreground only, or are they like across both layers? I don't know. But if I have a rainbow... then no, really, what am I doing with the rainbow? Well, I just need to see how things look once I touch that, because I don't know if it'll like show me a different background layer or something. Because there's a bunch of foreground obstructions, it feels like, in the way of seeing what I would need to see to understand the terrain there. So I just gotta get there. Let's do it now! Ah! At 45-degree angle. Still hard for me to judge, but at least I'm getting this part decently consistently now. Alright, I'm gonna alter my hand position and be way too high. Okay. So I'm estimating that second one, I'm thinking I'm lower than I am. So air low. Okay, that's a lot of fun now that I've figured out how to do it. Yeah, alright. This one's doing perfectly. That's not a neutral jump, that's a climb jump. Oh yeah, hey, this feels great now. Just had to get used to feeling of everything. Cool. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Ah, I was too late on the press maybe, or too low. It's really hard to tell. There's a lot of stuff that could go wrong. Okay, good. I'm still a little surprised that that dream jump into Ultra takes me as far as it does. It feels like it wouldn't. Okay. See, I just do that naturally, like it's nothing. There we go, I'm here. What happens? Where am I going? I'm behind that, sure. I feel like I shouldn't waste what I have. If I veer right, will I live? Yes. Does that mean anything? I don't feel like it does. And... okay, that's as I thought. Okay, what do I want to do with my current state? Like, I don't see anything productive I can do. If I dash, the rainbow is gone. Like, I can't get over there, right? Let's try dashing here. I can go that way. On the flip side. Would that do me any good somehow? Oh, can I just redo... So do an up left, Dream Super. Well, but isn't that in the foreground? I don't know, maybe it's also in the background? Wait, hold on, there's a visual language here. So the light-colored dirt, like that thing that my feet go on, that's foreground only. There's like very background dirt with a rough edge that is background only. And then the medium tone stuff, all of this in here, that's both at once, I guess. Okay, the like really solid looking. And all of this is really solid looking. Is it though? No, that's the same light dirt on the outside of that. Well, I'm just gonna have to assume that I'm doing another loop, because that's the only thing that makes sense for getting me where I'm going. Does it make sense, though? Because if I need to wall bounce on the other side of that... Yeah, that's fine. Probably. I am just barely hitting the near side of that, but this goes down one more and over one more. What will my trajectory be? Let's just assume it's compatible with wall bouncing there. Okay. So on the flip side, I wall bounce on that and somehow make it as far as the crystal. Then I maybe air super and wall bounce here. Okay, yeah, I think I get it. Why are you rainbowy? Because I want to fall down, dash up left, dream hyper to the right, jump and dash up right, and that's it. Okay. Room parsed. Now let's do it. Oops, too early. Okay. The one part I'm kind of unsure about is the Flipside version of that move. So it's lower than I think. I need to figure out a good like visual reference point for what's low enough there. So let's try and do that. Like here it just happens naturally all the time, so. Like head aligned with the frilly part of that dead tree thing? Oh, that worked. Okay, so I'm doing a, can I climb here? I can. Okay, most of that worked, but the same old problem happened again. There might be a component of just having to interact with the level to learn what's solid when, and not be able to read it ahead of time. Wouldn't be the first time for that sort of thing. If so, that's perfectly acceptable. I do like to be able to plan my whole route with Watchtower, but, you know, if things fall, or there are touch switches involved, or various other conditions, the Watchtower just does not tell the full story, and I'm used to that by now. Okay, that time that didn't work. But usually it does. Yeah, see, that was too low. Okay, so suddenly the first one's being a problem. Maybe I just got unlucky twice in a row. Okay. Here-ish, yeah. Yeah, see, that was too low, maybe. Or there was another problem. Did I decisively press the button? I am not sure. I will reshape my hand, whoops, to be sure the next time I'm there. Alright, reshape. I didn't reshape actually. I just did it the normal way. And I guess I'm getting used to that. Okay, so if I'm here... Oops, I pressed in the wrong order. I pressed jump dash instead of dash jump. I very distinctly felt myself do that. Maybe I should mentally practice that a little bit, because that helps usually. So I'll cling onto the wall, I'll dash up left, and then super, wall bounce, aiming there for wall bounce. The rest proceeds roughly as it did. All of this is intuitive. I don't know... Is it possible the wall bounce will take me high enough to hyper on that? I don't want to hyper. That's 1, 2... Not enough tiles above the surface I'm jumping off of, so that has to be air super. Okay. Then yeah, wall bounce, fall down, go up there, hyper, dash up right, and it's done. Okay, I'm close. Just gotta cash it in. And you know, I've never experienced the later parts, but I'm not too worried about them. There we go. Right, remember to hold away from the wall before jumping. That was one of my major problems before. Okay. Just thinking too much about holding away from the wall. I think that was actually more my problem than the thumb shape thing, decisive press. It was the holding away from the wall so I know when I'm jumping. Because yeah, I definitely detected that I was jumping straight up, then switching to away, and that was worse. There we go. Barely made it to that thing, but barely's all I need! Okay. I need a little more than just barely there. I could try a dream double jump. Let's try that. That would help, and get me more speed. It's gonna complicate my inputs a bit. Nah, but like, if I do it like I did there, that would be unnecessary. That was not a very decisive press, and that might have actually been the problem in that case. Okay, yeah, no, as long as I'm decisive about, like, all the things that I'm doing. Ah, it goes pretty well, usually. Just indecision is the killer. And it is a little hard to be decisive when I'm trying to remember where I am in the script and what the next step is. And on top of that, some inputs are just really hard. Oh, I was so low. Yeah, I saw myself being too low, but I didn't take the time to do anything about it, because I was on a time limit. Just kind of hoped I would land in the right spot. Yeah. Good? Good. Perfect. Okay. I should definitely pause to cling on the wall there. Like, it's not strictly necessary, but it helps. A little lower. About there. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So now that I remembered all the lessons that I learned last time... Ah, shoot. I think I can make that move work better. So those lessons put 74 on the table. 74 was red, right? Or at least another attempt at that. I fully intend to revisit that and see if I can get more of it done with current knowledge. Okay, air super. Ah, shoot, I forgot what I was doing. So air super, then wall bounce. That all went fine. I thought my air super wasn't going to land, but it did. And then I wasn't ready for the follow-up. Almost there. Nice, nice. Yes, okay. I declare that debugged, just as long as I can remember what I did to debug it. See, it's so hard to see what I'm aiming at. It's not. It's hard to remember to look at what I'm aiming at the right way. Because the foreground background thing is confusing, and I'm interacting with the same part of the level both ways. Ah, shoot. I guess that was just a little too high. Yeah, so it might take a few sessions for the lessons here to stick. But I am learning them. I got there a lot quicker than I did the last time. Here we go. Well, I almost did the right thing. I forgot that I was wall bouncing there, and it was a little too late with the jump input. That was all. Everything else was perfect. That was a little iffy, but it worked. How about there? Ah. I both waited too long and I was wrong about where I want it to be. Oh, too late. That was very high. That worked just fine. Good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Ah, okay. So that's the risk of clinging on the wall. It is kind of a tough angle to hit. But I still feel like it's a better choice than trying to do that just in the middle of the fall. Okay, great. Whew, I should hold the jump button. That'll help me fall slower. Or let's attempt to get used to just doing the dash. See, I kind of appreciate the break right there, so that I can think about what's next in the scripts. Whoa! That was... okay. It actually was fine, it just felt like it wasn't gonna be. So therefore I made it not. One of those prophecy things. Okay. There we go. Ah, okay. Well, I did the hyper, just didn't land on the thing. Same problem I keep having like that. Okay. So one more instance of that, and then the room is done. Yeah. Gaining confidence at that. And at this. Ah, that is still hard to hit, though. Just like the fact that I am interacting with that both ways in the room just makes it impossible to build like a consistent visual memory for it. I always just have to remember what mode I'm in, where I'm aiming, and it's gonna be a thing I have to think about every time. Like that, like that, like that, like this, and like this. Perfect, room done! I barely made it through that dash. But I did it! Yeah, very satisfying. Wow, this level's great. I am so glad I decided to come back here, because this is a fantastic experience. Oh, alright. Definitely vibing with this. Alright, there may be more strawberries in here. I found one at the very start. I don't know the number. I could get to the end of the level and see the count, but wow, at this point I really would rather find them on the way. And I'm pretty good at doing that. Like, more levels than not, I got all the strawberries first try. So I'm going to apply the same process here and hope it works. Next time, this room.